Welcome back. So in this tutorial, we're going to design this login form. Before we proceed, we'd like to check the last lecture and make sure everything is perfect. So we connected the prototype for all the overlay effects. So once you click on this sign off, you should be able to preview it and make sure everything is working fine. And that's as well. So if you have any challenge, just drop it in the comment section and I'm going to attend to your question. All right, so now let's move quickly. I'm going to zoom out and take this to this side like this. Let's take a frame of your iPhone. Make sure you select the particular one you are using. I'm going to zoom in. So name this frame as login or sign in form, anyone. All right, so now we go to our design panel and add the 4-column count to it. Make sure it's selected. Then from our grid layout, we add the 4-column count to it. So I'm zooming. So to move faster, let's go and copy the logo from any one of the previous design. We'll need the logo. So copy it and come and paste it here. All right, so let's paste it here. And then we take text tool and write welcome back. Okay, we put exclamation mark. Then we're going to make the font size of this text to 16. So let's pick that from our design system. Then let's duplicate this again and update the text to login into your account, login with your credentials, login with your credentials to continue. All right, so now we're going to update this text to 14. So we're going to detach this first and 14 medium. Okay, so I'm zooming. All right, so let's duplicate that again and write our form label, email address. Okay, so that comes here. We change it to 14 bold. Okay, 14 semi bold is fine. For consistency, let's go and copy one of the form fields we had before. Make sure, I think they're in group selection. It's fine, they're in group selection, so we don't want to start on grouping and grouping. Let's just draw another one. So I take a frame of length 350 and height 50. Give the border radius of 25. And the fill, would pick the gray fill from our design system. Then we're going to duplicate this text and put it inside the frame and write enter email address. Enter email address. So this will be scaled down to then we have 14 regular. All right, then the text to the fill, we'll change it back to our global color. It's not that visible. can just leave it black and reduce the opacity to 80% and reduce it more to 70%. Alright, so now let's duplicate one more, copy this form field and the labels and update this label here to password, and here should be enter password. Alright, so now we're going to add password icon here. We go to our plugin in the first icons and search for I. So we're going to add this into the password field and also reduce the opacity to 70. Alright, so I make sure the X position is 305 while this is 20. I'll make sure it's aligned to the center of the frame, and this one too, align it to the center of the frame. We modify this one to 20 as well. Okay, so let's update this and put here change it to forgot password and take it to this side and make it medium. Detach this and change it to 14 medium and reverse the color back to 100%. Okay, and then we're going to duplicate this and bring it here and update the text to save login. Okay, then we're going to take a frame and hold down your shift key. Then we'll draw a frame of 16 by 16 and give it a stroke and give it corner radius of 5. Put it here. Let's make it 50 so that we can get a perfect circle. So put it here and bring it here. Select the two and align them. Then you can distribute the horizontal spacing and make it 5. Then select the two of them and group them together. Alright, so this is okay. So now let's duplicate this form field alone and update the text to login. Then we're going to delete this eye icon and centralize the text into the frame. Then update the font size to 16 bold. Now we are going to change the fill to 100% and change it back to height. Now change the background fill from our global color, which is this black, and make sure the text is aligned into the center of the frame like this. Alright, so now one more thing, we're going to duplicate this again and bring it down. Then we'll write don't have an account and save. So custom mark, then create an account. excuse me. Alright, so this part here, we are going to make it semi-bold. Then we have our semi-bold from the design system. Okay. Then we leave this one as it is and centralize it. Okay. So now let's zoom out a bit and see how we can maintain that. Now one more thing again. Let's go back to one of our screen and copy the text, the chat icon. The chat icon is supposed to be there across, so you can remove the frame from the main frame to be able to copy the chat icon, which is this one. So Ctrl C, and then once you copy it, you take the frame back to where it was. Okay, so put it back to where it was and align it. So we're going to copy the chat icon to our login page. So Ctrl V to paste it and bring it somewhere around here. So now we can align our content, select the email address and the placeholder and of the main form field, and distribute this spacing here to 10 and group them together. So similarly, do the same thing. But before that, we would want to make sure this text is properly aligned with respect to each other here, and they are the beginning of the curve edges of the form fields. So do that. Then we select the second form and that of the placeholder, and also distribute the vertical spacing to 10 and group them together as well. So now once we are done, we select this one and this one, and okay, first let's select this one and take it close to this point and that one as well, then align them. Then we're going to group them together. Now select this one and make sure the spacing is also 10 as well. Then select the two of them and group them together. Okay, so now let's select this and also leave it to 10, and can also group them together. Now this and this, that is the logo and the description text, should be 30. Then align them, make sure they're properly aligned to the left. Then you can now group them. Then between the logo and the first field, you should also align them and make it 30 as well. So that's fine. Here, this work of text needs to be aligned to the left of the grid, so you do that. So this is perfect. Now we're going to select the two and make it 30, the vertical spacing, and this and this one, that is the login button, and that one will make it 40 right over space. Then select this and the login button and make it 10 as well. Then you can now group them together. Alright, so we are done with that. So the next thing we are going to do now is to select all of them together and group them. So we can go back to our layer panel now and name it. This is the login form. Okay, so that's the login form. Then you can group this, you can name the subgroup inside. So this is your login button. Alright, this password field. Okay, then email fields, and just name it email, and chat is already there. So make sure everything is inside the frame. You can close the drop down like this to see that everything is inside the frame. Okay, so that's that for the login page. So one thing again we are going to do, we want to create another login page that will enable the user to hide password and show password. So we are going to duplicate this to do that. So let's just duplicate the screen as it is, and here we'll only update this icon to hide password. Okay, so the way it is now showing, we'll put password randomly, right? Then when it is not showing, we'll now put like asterisk to replace it. Is that okay? All right, so now for us to do that, we're going to replace this password here with asterisk. So you can click your shift key and put asterisk like this. All right, so and align them to this now to the left and give the spacing to 20 and make sure it's aligned to the center of the frame, only the password. Now here we want to give the user the option to view password and hide password, right? So we are done with this one. We're going to duplicate this screen one more time, then we'll bring it back. Now we are only updating here this icon, so we're going to delete it. Then we right click and go to our plugins, first for icons, then we look for eye again, then this time it's going to be this particular one. So we'll now take it and put it here. Okay, so when the user type, it should be like that. Then the opacity should come to 70. All right, only the frame, sorry, 70%. All right, so this password show, password hide. Now what you want to achieve here is this: enter password, password showing, then password hide, right? So here let's come back and update it, please. So let's just make it a random password. Okay, so here the password is show it. So here we can also put random email, same, start paying, sales at paying.com. So just leave it like that for you to have this. So that's not enough. Then here also we want the user to be able to save their login. So we're going to copy this and come and replace it with this order here. Delete that one, then you paste the start pay. Alternatively, you can hold down your alt key and drag it and come and keep it there and leave the spacing to 20. Right, so now we want the user to be able to save login. So in this place we are going to update here, so only this circle. So select only the circle and give it fill of dark. So this way it will show that the user clicked there to save the login. All right, so I think we're done with that. And one more thing we're going to do, this forgot password here, we're going to update the font weight to semi bold. So Let's look for semi-bold, 14, regular, 14, semi-bold, this is it. Then similarly come here as well and apply the font weight to semi-bold. Detach this first and go and look for the semi-bold and also apply it. So this way I think we are done with the login page. So now we're going to take this and we bring it here. All right, so let's bring them together here. So now what we want to achieve is this. One, if the user click on login, they should be, user tap on this, they should be directed to this. This will show that they have automatically entered their username and password and all that, right? Then they can also tap login to continue. Is that taken? So now let's see here. We select the first screen and go to our prototype. Then we're going to add an interaction. Okay, and this interaction on tap, if the user tap on any of this field here, on tap here, they should be directed to this. That will show as if they have already put in their everything, isn't it? Now, if the user click on save login here, this save login is only that part. They should be directed to this, and that way the user will now be able to click on sign or login. Now the login will now take them to the dashboard. So let's preview it to see so far. So this is it. So if I tap here, you can see it is here. Now if I click on save, it has saved my login, and I can click on login to proceed. Now we're not going to continue the login. In the next video, we're going to now design the dashboard so that when the user click on login, it will direct them to the dashboard. See you in the next lecture.